Samson, it's good morning to your viewers and listeners, first of all. I haven't spoken a lot on this issue, both since it became a topical issue till date. But yes, for me, I stand with groups like UTAC, with the Catholic Bishops' Conference, my bishops, because I'm Catholic. And then everyone who is asking for urgent solutions or resolution to the Galamsey menace. I agree that it's a crisis. We are in the state of a crisis. It's a national crisis, and that it needs urgent solution. So on that, I don't have a doubt. Where I may have different views is how to fight it, or what is the best way to go about it. One suggestion, for example, is the state of emergency that has been talked about. As Roxanne noted, there's a legal framework for state of emergency. So the Constitution, because it's a very critical issue, and because it involves rights of people, and the situation when it comes that rights can be suspended, the Constitution provides a framework for it. And in that framework, it's the President, it's the Council of State, it's Parliament, who are the major stakeholders in determining whether or not there is a state of emergency. There is
the President's call.
Yes, it's the President's call. Not really, because he has to act in accordance with the advice of the Council of State.
But it is his call.
No, it's actually it's the
President who initiates it.
No, but if the Council of State says no, don't proceed, he can't proceed.
Yeah, then
no, that's what the Constitution says.
Yeah, then we will know.
In fact,
we would have initiated it.
In fact, if I'm to read, if you allow me to just read,
even if they say
yes, don't hijack my
can decline.
Yes, my honourable leader.
Yeah, take this.
Okay. So let's go to, if we go to Article 31, for example, and then you allow me to read.
Whilst you look for it, Professor Kujapi had written in 2024, and I quote a portion of it when he called us a Galam state. He said that the NDC must support the call for a declaration of a state of emergency. However, it feels equally threatened by the call because it will curtail their ambition to continue the Galamsey loot should they come to power next year. There is also the likelihood of losing support from potential financiers who are waiting on the wings to replace the DCEs and MCEs and reconstitute the DISEX and widen and deepen the Galamsey practice, thereby taking Ghana to the next level of state capture, what is called the deep state. From deep state, we will end as a fragile state and then as a failed state. That's where we are heading.
Yes, so I want to, as a lawyer, I want to stick with the constitutional framework because that's my profession. Right. Now, I read Article 31(1) of the Constitution, and it says that the President may, acting in accordance with the advice of the Council of State. That's where I end. So if I read everything, it says, the President may, acting in accordance with the advice of the Council of State, by proclamation published in the Gazette, declare that a state of emergency exists in Ghana or in any part of Ghana for the purposes of the provisions of this Constitution. The highlighting words for me are acting in accordance with the advice of the Council of State. When those words are used in the Constitution, the advice of the Council of State is binding on the President. So he cannot proceed without. If the Council of State says no, he can't proceed.
Yeah, but I mean, he has to start.
He may start. Yeah. He may consult. Yeah. It is when the words use that in consultation with, then he has to start. Yeah. But if you ask me, reading the Constitution, actually nothing stops the Council of State from starting.
How?
Because it is in accordance with their advice. So if they say this is our advice.
No. I mean, Council, this one, listen, I'm not a lawyer, but this one there.
Yes, you are not a lawyer. So stay out of it.
I won't.
Please. Miracles, when you were making your presentation, I didn't interrupt.
No, but I'm just making a point.
No, don't make it. Let me make my point.
The executive
let me make my point. So as I was saying,
in protection of the state. But in doing that, there are processes they will go through.
It says acting in accordance with.
Yeah.
The English word there is acting in accordance with. When they say act in accordance with something, what does it mean?
It doesn't mean the person starts it. You would initiate it.
No. Oh.
Council of State cannot get up and write and say, we are advising you to. They may, but that is not how the process will be triggered.
Okay. You've answered the question. So they may, and that's the point I was making. Please, Mr. Boache, I don't do that. So don't do that. Don't do that. I didn't do that. Yes, but you actually just said what I said. No,
move on.
No, you don't tell me
to continue. But I hope that we don't make it as if there's a problem with declaring a state of emergency.
Allow me to make my point.
Because the law creates problems with declaring a state of emergency, and that is why we don't have it. If the president wants to declare a state of emergency, he will have it.
I'm making a point, and I'm making a point in accordance with the constitutional framework.
Right.
I am a Democrat. I do not come from the position, philosophically, that we should have a president who, controls everything. So I come from the philosophical view that institutions of state in appropriate situations should be able to determine state action. Right. Not just or only the political office of the president. That's the philosophical view that I come in. And Mr. Boache, it's important for me to make that you actually said what I said, that nothing stops the Council of State from saying that we think that they may.
You said they may. No, I didn't say that.
You said they may.
I am saying that throughout the Constitution, there are several actions that require parliamentary approval and Council of State approval. But the onus lies with the executive to go and seek for those approval. You can't turn it around.
Yeah.
Nobody will be allowed to mislead us on that course. You can't turn it around.
You have misinterpreted what I said. So please allow me to finish. Yes, it says acting in accordance with the advice of the Council of State. If the president asks the advice, the president may ask, the word is may. The president may ask the Council of State, should I declare a state of emergency? If the Council of State says, no, don't declare it, he cannot declare it. That's one. Two, nothing stops from the letter of this Constitution. Nothing stops the Council of State from reaching out to the president. That's a second scenario. Nothing stops the Council of State from reaching out to the president that we think that there is a case for a state of emergency to be declared. So for me, there are two instances. One, the president can go to the Council of State. If it says yes, he may proceed. If the Council of State says no, he cannot proceed. Two, the Council of State can go to the president and say that we think you should declare a state of emergency. In my understanding of this Constitution as a lawyer,
it's implied.
It says that their advice is binding on the president, and then he may declare, make the promulgation. So that's one. Now, number two.
Advice be binding.
Number two, it didn't say advice. It says acting in accordance with. No.
Because you just said they can advise and the advice is binding.
Yes.
That's why he's coming to say it. The Supreme Court has pronounced on that. Advice is not binding.
But it says acting in accordance.
Thank you.
It says acting in accordance.
The point he's making, which is clear.
If
which
you're
is
not a lawyer, don't expect all to understand
This is black and white. This is not law.
We wouldn't have been going to school to discuss about law.
This is law.
Ladies and gentlemen,
this is common sense. It's that clear. Black and white. What are you talking about?
So I don't want
Let's
be careful. Let's be careful in measuring on what we shouldn't measure on.
Thank you.
Because there's no dispute.
There is.
No. You don't know what I'm going to say. There's no dispute that if the president wants to declare a state of emergency, he can initiate the process. But he will need the advice of the Council of State, as Clara says, to be able to proceed. And even that, it will be for a period of 7 days, and then Parliament will need to confirm.
In fact, after 72 hours, he has to go to
Your viewers are watching. Listen.
Thank you.
No, Council, listen. The point is being made
please.
Can actually declare a state of emergency.
Nobody said that. Nobody said that.
Okay, so let's establish something.
Nobody said that. Nobody said that.
Ultimately, the person that declares a state of emergency is the president.
That point is clear. That's not in doubt.
Then what are we discussing?
So if you keep quiet and let me make my point, you will understand what we are discussing. So you wait until you think you have understood.